Welcome to the Open Shop Pink Couch. And our guest today is Dana Gain of, Air Canada Vacations.
I saw a hesitation there, Nina.
Well, it's hard to think of you in terms of having landed at a tour operator, a land operator. So you have to tell us, how has the change from ocean to land been, and what have you learned about the ITC side of the business?
Oh my gosh.
Just that.
Where do I start? First of all, it's a fantastic group of people, very dedicated, very engaged, very passionate group of people. I think the biggest change for me, aside from working in an office environment, which I haven't done in many years, in fact, I missed that. I didn't realize until I got back into an office environment how much I missed it.
Yeah.
So that's a very nice fit. But in terms of the difference, the biggest difference is this side of the business has given me such an interesting perspective on what the trade goes through on a daily basis. And when I say that, I mean the enormous selection of hotels and destinations, and to say nothing of the number of city codes that you have to know on the airline side. So it's really helped give me a whole new appreciation for what the trade does every day.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that. When I look at those brochures, honestly, and they're bigger and bigger, and there's not just yours, which of course in your case is going to be the most important, but there's at least 5 of them that they have to memorize, and they do.
And they do.
I cannot believe that you mention a resort, you mention anything, and they'll tell you what's good, what's bad, how, you know.
Right.
But on the tour operating side, there's a lot of emphasis, I think, being put on helping the retailer understand the product by putting together all of the various collections, for instance.
Yes.
And using icons, etc. And in your case at ACV, the collections are relatively new. Do you find the Spotlight, I should call it, the Spotlight collection, helps the agent sell and match the consumer to the right product?
Yes, I absolutely do, because essentially what you're doing is you're grouping a selection of properties in a bucket, and you're saying, and in this bucket you're going to find all of these things that are similar. So anyway, in fact, there's some research, we haven't talked about this, but there's some research to show that memory retention is much stronger when you put things in those kinds of categories.
Isn't that interesting?
It is. So it just seems to work better, just in terms of how you remember things. So that's, yes. So I totally agree. Having those groupings definitely helps. But to go back to something else that you said, Nina, supporting the trade, I've long been such a big proponent of doing everything that we can to support the trade, and that is 100%, 110% going to continue at Air Canada Vacations. We have a really strong relationship with our trade partners that will only get stronger as time goes on.
Now, you have a slightly bigger portfolio than you did in your previous incarnation.
Yes.
And how is the learning curve?
Well, the learning curve, gosh, sleep was difficult for the first month, but it's been very interesting. I mean, I'm coming into the conversation, as it were, with, I feel like, a very good grounding. I've always been very focused on trying to understand the world from the travel agent's perspective, because I felt like that our ability to empathize with what they do would help us help them sell our products much better. So I'm coming in with that perspective. It's been quite a steep learning curve, but the basics don't change, the relationships don't change, our approach to supporting the trade, you know, those pieces, the most important pieces, are absolutely already there. And then the product is the product, you know. And in fact, to go back to what you said before about grouping them together, well, we do the same. You know, we have Sun Products, we have Europe, we have Cruise, we have Go Canada, we have the other independent markets. So yeah, all that to say, a steep learning curve, but it's all kinds of fun.
And you've landed at such an interesting time with Air Canada Vacations growing so quickly, international, inbound from the US, Canada, Europe, etc.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity, I think. And We're very pleased to have you on this introductory Pink Couch.
Thank you so
and
much. Thank
next
you.
time you'll be naming off city codes and city pairs.
Just like it was
nobody's business.
in my DNA, it will be. And thank you so much for having me, Nina. I'm excited to feel like I can continue my contributions to supporting the trade, and we're all very focused on that. So watch, there will be more to come.
Well said. Thanks, Dana.
Thank you.